This painting there, but there was no information on what my holistic workshops were about. So Ms. DeYoung, who's the head of the organization of that part of the exhibition or auction and all that, from Santa Barbara somewhere, she liked the painting. I said, well, there's no explanation about what the holistic workshop is, how it can be therapy for the painter, and it can be healing for other people too, if they're offered up as a prayer. She suggested that I write it out so they would print it up for me. I was in the process of doing that, and a young lady came out, an obvious volunteer, and she said to me, you have to leave right away. You're not on the list, you can't be allowed in here. In other words, I didn't pay, I'm volunteering something, right? And I also offered to give 10% of any sales that I make in a coming month. And she said, she was really giving me the bum rush, but what bothered me, first thing she did, she picked up this beautiful painting and is carrying it out to where I had parked my car when I was unloading the easels that my friend was going to use and I was going to use, and any other things that he had in the car. She said, they're going to tow away your car, you have to leave right away. This was just because, and not just because, but it was just at the time when people would come in and start looking at what the gifts were. I wondered about that. And I'm outspoken about things to improve things. When it comes to infections in hospitals, I was severely handicapped and almost died with staph that I picked up at a local hospital. Say nothing about being, one might say, crippled for a while, since '05. I am walking beautifully right now. I had macular degeneration. I used to wear these thick glasses when I'd read the hymnal books, sing in the choir. I can read those tiny Bibles now without any glasses. I had a hole in my eye that disappeared. I think God wants me to continue what I'm doing as far as the prayer paintings. I'm also working on being a peacemaker among the children of Abraham. And to share, my life's mission is to share Christ's commands of love. And the new command, love your neighbor as I love you, John 13:34. Some of my approaches to doing artwork, singing and composing spiritual songs while doing it, and offering up everything as a prayer. Discreetly I was told that my church doesn't like that. Or they don't like what I'm doing with healing. I said, I'm not the healer. God is, when it is His will. But I do pray and feel deeply about the people that I'm involved with. I established a bond with them that is a real one. I have a short prayer about a rainbow going over Spanish Bay. That's where the luncheon was. And I sent it to a lady in Australia, another one who needed a double lung transplant. I wrote a short little prayer. Send this to someone who's in need of prayer today. She had her successful double lung transplant the next day. But whoever was behind taking this work of art and not sharing the message of holding baby Jesus in your arms, to breathe in Jesus, exhale joy, love, and peace, share the peace that it gives you. They were wrong. I'm not sure who it was. Could it be the same people who were behind when Mother's Day I went to 4 or 5 rest facilities, to the Child Hospital where I visited 4 patients, and I sang Gentle Woman I don't know how many times. I was limping around at that time too. It was difficult for me to walk. And I started early and I did not finish until after 9 o'clock at night. And I never sang to more people. The next day I get a call from the police. I'm not wanted at community hospital. They contacted the police and hadn't called. But at the same time, just before I got that call from the policeman, a lady called me up and said, "George, how are you doing? I haven't seen you in a while." This lady was released from the hospital, Chomp, to die 4 or 5 years ago. She once said to me, "George, I think it has something to do with the fact that I'm still here today." I said, "No, Nora. God had everything to do with that. You're doing His work." I firmly believe in a way that He keeps people here longer if they're doing something that is pleasing to Him. But I did want to share that with the Heart Association, with its members. And if they're in danger of a stroke, when they're feeling an increase in stress, this exercise will calm them down. You breathe in Jesus, you hold Him in your arms, and you exhale joy, love, and peace. It helps. And I did offer for a period of a month to give 10% of any sales to the Heart Association. That young lady, whoever she was with, or whoever put her up to it, I mean, she was crude, impolite, and like, "Get out of here. You don't belong here." She doesn't belong here. And whoever stood in the way of sharing the beautiful message of holding baby Jesus, I question them, and should. But may God bless them and help them to realize the error of their ways and the potential good you can have when you put your trust in Jesus. May God bless all of you.